guys, it's Twintuitive717. I'm back with another video. I want to thank you guys for hanging with me on the channel. As always, this is a safe place for you to be, to express yourself about your twin flame journey. You guys are supported. I wanted to share a quick reading with you guys today because when I was shuffling, I found myself asking, what's the reason for this period or cycle of separation for the twin flames that are going through this right now? Because I've been getting tons of emails from you guys asking for guidance on what's going on with your counterpart, and many of you are experiencing a lot of silence, communication, if it is there, it is very in and out. And I think that the overall energy I was feeling is that the masculines do need time to acknowledge a lot of their pain before they can begin to heal. And I feel that a very important part of this process is watching the feminine be herself. And in past videos, I've talked a lot about the feminines expressing themselves and just being truthful to who they are, expressing what they feel in their hearts, and continuing to move forward. The Two of Swords comes up here as the first card because in this particular deck, this card represents keeping the right kind of promises. And what I feel that means is the feminine has initiated separation. She always comes into this realization of how much she deeply loves the masculine. And because they are mirrors with the Ten of Pentacles coming up, I feel like they're both realizing that they have to invest in a lot of self-care and self-love in order to be the best versions of themselves to each other. And that's where keeping the promises comes in, because what I feel kept happening was that they would enter into communication, they would have conversations, and then no one was drawing any boundaries. And I feel for the feminines, this allowed them to really understand the masculine's point of view in terms of the kind of upbringing that he's had and the types of relationships that he's been in. And I think that although the feminine initiates the separation, what's different about her drawing these boundaries is it's also teaching the masculine how to love himself in return, because he has a lot of deep respect for her when she pulls away from the connection, but she peacefully explains why it is she's doing that, and then she goes off and she takes her space. With the Mirror and the Ten of Pentacles card, it tells me that we have to have self-love before we can give, period. We can't give to another person without feeling very fulfilled within ourselves. And it's forcing the masculines to look into the mirror and really ask themselves, what do you see? And I think right now within this separation, it's a period of falling in love with themselves again. And what this is making them do is step on to this authentic journey of experiencing love. The feminine is in her High Priestess energy. So she's comfortable separating from the connection at this time and indulging in a lot of self-care because she trusts what's written in the book. She trusts that destiny has presented itself time and time again, and now it's time for her to relax. If you notice, she's wearing the very beautiful pink-colored robe. Her feet is adorned with jewelry, so that means that she's grounding herself more. She's starting to take care of herself from the ground up. And this involves connecting a lot to nature, finding what makes her tick, finding the keys to her own heart through her passions. And in turn, with the Five of Wands energy, it's making the masculines as well question his self-worth. Is he worthy of this type of love? And if he does feel worthy, then there is no reason to push it away or feel fearful or feel scared or lash out when it does come his way in the most genuine and passionate form. And I feel like the Death card pops up as a way of letting the twins know each time they separate, they end a cycle. And although it feels in the moment like it's ending or you're walking away or you may have to start anew, or sometimes this is all for nothing, the Death card represents cycles ending because growth needs to happen. A rebirth of the relationship needs to occur. Transformation needs to happen in order for the connection to move to the next level. And oftentimes this does result in either both or one of the twins really needing space from each other. And within that space, it's teaching them to self-care. So if a lot of you have ideas about how you want to get creative right now, really take care of yourself through exploring your passions and your hobbies. That's a form of self-care. And particularly for the feminines, I feel like you're honoring yourself by initiating the separation this time around, because so often you've been in the cycle where you've experienced the masculine ghosting you, and that's been a lot of old programming. Now with the feminines trusting the high priestess energy of what's written in the book, she's charging forward like the unicorn here, and if you see her throwing that lightning bolt, it's really opening up herself to feel vulnerable. And I hear her saying, whatever happens, happens. This is happening for a lot of the feminines because our sensitivities are opening up and we're being shown a lot about our counterparts during this time. And that's forcing us to see the bigger picture, that it really does take this alone time and solace to explore ourselves and our own inner thoughts in order to bring about healing. Many of you are becoming so in tune with your masculines that you can see how this necessary space for yourselves and for them too is very, very important at this time, and I want you to embrace it. Archangel Raphael comes as a reminder with a lot of positive, peaceful, grounded energy to bring to us, because I think what's coming up right now in separation is a lot of the twin flames are starting to understand issues about anxiety and how they really feel about putting their best foot forward in a connection that doesn't feel right within the body. And sometimes this is the period of that cycle that really needs to end through the death card. So if many of you are experiencing a very tumultuous connection with your masculines, it is more than okay to completely step away from the connection and take your power back, regain a lot of your strength. And how you'll notice you need to do this is through the body. The body will alert you. You will feel very exhausted. You will feel very tired. You will experience aches and pains in places you didn't know you had them before. It does bring up a lot of fear and anxiety and illnesses and mental health issues. What happens when your counterpart leaves or your counterpart separates from you? It really feels like loss or grief or panic attacks that some of us might be going through and experiencing. And we're not having a lot of places to turn to that are allowing us the knowledge that we need to get through this safely. So with that being said, I really want any of you who are experiencing this type of energy to get the necessary support and help that you need, and to really tune into your bodies at this time and practice a lot of deep breathing and feeling very comfortable with your thoughts and your alone time, because right now there's a lot coming up for those of you who are experiencing an ending to, again, like I said, very rocky cycles with your twin that seems like it's never ending. A lot of you are ready to just throw in the towel, and I know it's not a good place to be, especially when you end up right back at square one, feeling the heavy emotions for them. But I really want us to enter into a space of really dealing with these feelings, thoughts, and emotions that come up. Feel free to share in the comments with me a lot of stuff that comes up for you in your twin flame connection that you wish to heal, and I do hope to connect with you through the comments to really help work through a lot of those issues and share some useful tips with you guys on how to get through it. And as you can hear the screaming in the background, that is my toddler having a hard time with daddy. So I've got to go, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't done so and hit the notification bell. It really does wonders for the channel in terms of getting this useful information out there for many of the twins who are struggling a little bit on this journey and are just wanting the peace of mind to move forward. I appreciate a lot of your support, and thank you again for joining me on the channel. I will catch you guys in the next one.